Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Running with James. My name is James Wyatt, head coach of BC Fitness and a avid Hyroxer myself. Guys, today we're going to be talking about the 7 mistakes to avoid to have your best Hyrox. We're doing Hyrox Houston this coming weekend, so we want to make sure that you're prepared. It's not just about fitness, it's also about making sure you're ready on race day.
Change your mind, change your life.
All right guys, so first one we're going to get into is probably the one that everybody does, and that's simply this: don't go out too hot. Okay, this is a long race. You're going to be out there for an hour, hour and a half. Average time I think is right around an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes. So you're going to be out there a pretty good amount of time. So don't go out too hot. You want to make sure that you go out that first 1K, that first section of workouts. You want to make sure that it feels pretty much kind of easy. That way you don't blow up. So here's how it works. You can't win it on the first lap, but you can definitely lose it. Next tip you need to know is this is not just a running race. Yes, you're going to have to run, but even though you're running around 5.5, 6 miles or so, it's not a 10K. So you got to remember that you're going to be doing movements in between each and every one of those runs. And so as you're doing those movements, your heart rate is going to go through the roof, some higher than others. So on those burpees, you're going to feel really, really tired. When you come off of that sled push, your legs are going to be full of lactate. So remember that this is not just a running event, even though there's a lot of running to it. So pace yourself accordingly. My suggestion is anywhere between probably your threshold to your half marathon pace. So probably a little slower than your 10K, but definitely almost as fast as your half marathon. If not, maybe just a smidge faster, depending on your fitness level and your experience. And if you do that and you're consistent throughout the race, you'll understand what I mean by it's not just a running race. Third tip I would give you is simply this: don't blow your race up on the third, fourth, or second event, okay? People do this all the time on the sleds. Make sure that you are taking breaks. Make sure that you're not trying to smash the whole thing on the very first lap without taking those breaks. If you're capable of doing it, great. If it's super light sled, but don't go out there and try to crush it and then end up spending the last 5 minutes on your last round, right? So pace yourself. Pacing is very important in this race, because if you don't pace yourself and you go out too hot or you try to do too much in the very, very beginning, you're definitely going to blow up. Get those calves. All right, guys, so the fourth mistake that I see so many people that make is simply this: there is no rest strategy. So what I mean by that is you're going into the ruck zone. As soon as you hit the ruck zone, you start walking. Or you get into the sled push and you don't pause and you don't count properly, right? You don't have some kind of strategy to say, okay, I'm going to break here. Or maybe you're doing a double situation and you have not talked with your partner on, okay, we're going to push the sled half the way, or I'm going to do 5 lunges and you're going to do 6 lunges. So what I tell people is simply this: first thing is pay attention to the time. Time will leak. Repeat that to yourself. Time leaks. In the beginning, when you feel good, 3 breaths may be 10 seconds. On the wall balls, when you're feeling like crap, 3 breaths may be 3 minutes. And so make sure that you're being aware of your time and you've got a strategy already planned out. When are you going to take your breaks? If you're doing it as a team, well, the great thing is that you get to keep moving forward no matter what. But if you don't plan in those breaks, if you don't plan how you're going to switch, well, then you're kind of going about it willy-nilly. So what I tell people when it comes to doubles, it's equal effort, not equal load. You may be better than your partner at the burpees. Your partner may be better than you at the rower. And so making sure that maybe the best person's doing a little bit more to give that other person a little bit of a rest will not only allow you to feel your best when you're out there on the runs, but it's also going to give you the best overall time. And really that's what it's all about, right? We want to have a good time, but you want to go out there and you want to do your best. And if you plan for it, you will. So the 5th tip is simply this: hydration and calories, or nutrition, okay? So this race is gonna be, like I said earlier, over an hour, hour and a half for a lot of people. And so you're gonna be out there long enough that you need to fuel. your body loses about 6 to 8 ounces of water every 20 minutes or so. And so you want to make sure that you're consistently hydrating. So the great thing is they have water on the course. They have some form of hydration. So, powder they put in water, whatever their sponsored brand is. They have Red Bull on the course. Don't take the Red Bull, guys, okay? Red Bull's full of caffeine. Caffeine's a diuretic. You don't want to be pooping yourself out there. Just want to be honest with you guys, okay? But you definitely want to make sure you're getting in calories. So you can do things like gels. They've got all kinds of gels you can put in your pocket. Sometime around the rower, that's one of the things I like to do because that's usually about the halfway point for myself. So somewhere around the rower, it's a nice, easy spot to be able to get water and take your gel. You can use things like the Ketone IQ kind of stuff. So whatever you're going to take, anything that's going to get calories, replenish your body. Your body has anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes of glycogen storage just based on your practice and your fitness level, all that kind of stuff. And so you want to make sure you're replenishing that somewhere every 30 to 45 minutes. So you know how long you're going to be out there. That lets you know how many gels or how much nutrition you need to take. You've gone through your race. You're at the end of the race. You've hit the wall balls, all right? Don't have the dreaded wall ball meltdown. I've seen guys do this all the time. They're smashing the race. They've done everything consistently. They get to the wall balls and they spend 9 minutes on the wall balls, okay? So get into those wall balls and understand this is the last part of the race. You don't have anything else to run. You've got 100 wall balls and you're done. And so be very intentional, be deliberate with those wall balls. So don't go in there thinking I'm gonna do 100 unbroken wall balls if you've never done that in training before. Get an idea in your training of how many wall balls you're gonna do. So I'm gonna start out with 20 wall balls and I'm gonna take a 20-second break or 30-second break. I'm gonna do 25 wall balls every single rep. Know and have a goal every single time of how many reps you're gonna do. And then realize that when you drop that ball, when you set it down to take your break, don't just let it be an infinite amount of time. Remember I said earlier, time leaks. You have no idea how much time you can waste by not paying attention to the clock. And so I see this happen all the time. They start with 30, then they go to 25, then they go to 5, then they go to 2, then they're doing 1. And the amount of reps they're doing gets shorter, but the break gets longer. And then before you know it, you've been out there for 9, 10 minutes. So here's something that I'm gonna throw it out to you. Okay, I'm not telling you to do this, but here's a tip. If you went out and did 1 minute on, 1 minute off, and let's say you did anywhere from 25 to 30 reps every 1 minute, you would have your wall balls done in under 6 minutes. That is faster than the average time with 1 minute breaks. Nobody's taking a minute break in the wall balls, but even with that, you would still be faster than the average time. So I'm not telling you to take a minute break, but what I'm telling you is realize that you can take a little bit longer break than you think if you're being intentional about it, because a lot of times you'll end up taking a longer break and not even realize it. So you can smash it, just be deliberate and be intentional. So the last tip is this: know the rules. Know what's going on within the race, okay? I've had judged several times and I cannot tell you how many times people have come in to the sled pull or to the wall balls or to the sled push and they didn't know how many times they were going down and back, how many reps they were gonna have to do, where they had to go or how deep they had to go. So know the rules. It's really cool. They usually do a briefing that you can go on YouTube or online to find for every single event that you're going to do. Watch the briefing, it'll help. Know how many laps you're doing, okay? So it can be confusing sometimes when you get out there, but just make sure that you pay attention to those briefings. Make sure that you know what you have to do. A couple things that I found that are kind of big ones. Number one is when you get into your sled pull, okay? The sled pull has lines. Those lines are there as your barriers, right? So make sure that you don't step on the line on the front and don't step on the line in the back. If you step on the line, you're gonna get a warning. After that first warning, every single time after that, it's a 15-second penalty. So those can add up really, really quick. With your laps, if you don't run enough laps, if you go out there and maybe it's a 2-lap race and you do 1 lap, that's a penalty. It's a huge penalty. If you go out there and you do the events out of order, so if you do 2 before you do 1 or you do 6 before, even if you go back and do it, that's a time penalty that's added on. For your burpees, making sure your hand placement is in the right place. Don't let your hands go out too far. They can only be 30 centimeters away from your feet. Your feet have to be together, right? When you go to jump, your feet have to be lined up. You can't have a staggered footed jump. You have to jump with both feet when you go forward. So kind of being aware of those types of things will save you not only a lot of energy, but it'll save you a ton of time because you'll be more confident when you go in there. And when a judge says something to you, you know why they're saying it. And then I would also say, understand, all these judges that are out there, most of them are athletes just like you and me. and they're volunteers. They're out there because they love the sport. They want to help you. They know what it's like to be out there. And so be kind to your judges. Don't be rude to them. If you're nice to them, they'll be nice to you because they're just out there to help the event go a lot smoother. So I hope this helps. Get out there, guys. Learn the rules. Get it. And let's have a great time. All right, guys, that's it. I hope that this helps you out. Here's the deal, guys. This is the week where you want to get rest. This is the week you want to make sure you don't do any new projects. You're not getting fitter this week. Your fitness is already locked in. It's all about being ready to go, right? I always tell a lot of my athletes, or all of my athletes, that as volume increases, fitness increases, but so does fatigue. So when we taper that last week, what we do is we get another bump in fitness because our body is rested and primed and ready to go, right? So follow the rules, learn the rules, go out there, have a good plan, strategize, don't go in there blind, know what race pace you're gonna run, have an idea of how you're gonna split everything up. And when you cross that finish line, remember guys, smile. This is all the work you put in. This is the celebration for it. So go out, enjoy it, have a great time. So let us know down in the comments if you're racing Houston, where are you racing, what time are you racing? We'd love to cheer you on. And then give us your goal. What's your goal? Set that out in the universe. I don't like even saying that, but put it out there. Let us know so we can not only hold you accountable, we can celebrate when you get those goals, guys. So remember, as always, when you change your mind, change your life.